I mean, Kenneth Ogunko went as far as saying, for 2027, Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, Atiku should move aside.
Let me put it this way. Peter Obi did not lose the last election. Peter Obi won the last election. INEC and the judiciary performed their magic. 2027, there will be no election without a reformation of our electoral system. If the electoral system is not reformed to ensure that beavers and electronic transmission from the polling unit becomes compulsory, I would not even bother to participate in that election, because you can be sure that Tinubu was not in power that ran and snatched and grabbed it. Already has the 2027 election result written. A Tinubu that will be busy appointing weakest man as electoral commissioner, the most violent election rigger in Nigeria today, he openly is wicked. That is the person whose proxy was being appointed
that's a weighty allegation.
Electoral commissioner.
That's a weighty allegation.
I said it because it's on video. Now I beg, she will stop being politically correct. There are multiple videos and audios of Wike enforcing his political will in Rivers State over and above the sovereign will of the people of that state. Violently too. So this is not, please, I don't do beer parlor talk.
No, because
and when you need to balance things, you can, are you suggesting, okay, so let's turn it into an argument. I am saying here, my name remains Dele Farochimi, and I am saying that there are more than enough material online showing Wike violently suppressing the right of the people.
All right, welcome back from that particular information that is coming from a Yoruba man that is complaining of what is happening in Nigeria. And as it is, this is just the beginning, because whatever this government has in stock for the people, they have not yet issued it out. And as it is, 50 million Biafrans vote for Biafra referendum, Simon Ekpa-led government. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa, said over 50 million Biafrans have voted for self-referendum. Ekpa disclosed this in a statement through his official account on Thursday. According to him, the flair with which Biafrans embraced e-voting and physical voting showed their enthusiasm for liberation. Yes, he stressed that the number of Biafrans who have voted for self-referendum in the last 8 months surpassed the number of votes in the 2023 Nigerian presidential election, which stood at 25,286,616 million. He cited marginalization, underdevelopment, insecurity, attack against Christians, and poverty in the Southeast and South region as justification for self-referendum. Let it be on record, the sample of the Biafra self-referendum physical voting card has recorded over 50 million votes, double the general election result. 50 million votes officially recorded and registered in the 40 United States of Biafra. We are making it happen. Tell your children, this is how we did it. Let the historians go to work, Simon Ekpa said. Recall that the e-voting for self-referendum commenced in February 2024 ahead of its 2nd December Biafra Liberation Declaration. Biafra government declared the 29th to 31st 2024 as a stay-at-home in honor of the slain Biafra heroes of the 1960 to 1967 to 1970 civil war in Nigeria. He said 31st, May 29 to 31st, as it be. Meanwhile, you don't share it. You don't hear that information. Say about 50 million, or 50,000. Over 50 men, I say about 50 million Biafrans has voted for the referendum. That is to say that these 50 million people, once the referendum to be carried out, they want Biafra to secede from Nigeria as it be, and that is what is currently going on as it is, because these people believe that if Biafra will be by themselves, that there will be more prosperity in the Obodo. There will be more prosperity in the Obodo. And as it is, looking at it from the brighter side of it, I think it is going to be a wonderful thing if Igbo finally regains their freedom, or every other tribe in this nation finally regains their freedom and become a nation of their own. As it is, another lockdown is looming in Biafra land, as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has declared 30 days lockdown. And as it is, Ohaneze Ndigbo has said that Simon Ekpa is exploiting the Southeast governor's weakness to be able to be declaring his hit at home. According to the Ohaneze Ndigbo, they say that Southeast governors are weak, and that is why they are still, dancing the slogan of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Ohaneze Ndigbo said, don't Southeast governors know that slogan is even more? Why will Simon Ekpa be playing slogan for the governors of Southeast, and the second governors of Southeast will be giving the Simon Ekpa-led administration the leg of slogan? As it is, the IPOB members have said to Biafran, he said, shun British Army recruitment. IPOB tells Southeast youth, let's go down and see why IPOB have to say that. The indigenous people of Biafra has urged youth in the Southeast not to participate in the British Army recruitment, saying it is deceptive plot to use and dump them. The pro-Biafran group say the warning became imperative because many African soldiers who died in defense of Biafra of Britain during World War I were never recognized, and those who survived were sent back to Africa without compensation, whereas their British and other counterparts were adequately compensated and recognized after the war. In a statement on Saturday, IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful insisted that Biafrans should not allow themselves to be recruited to fight for a country which does not love them. The statement read, the family of the IPOB, led by its leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wants Biafra youth to shun the deceptive move by the British government to recruit them among the Commonwealth citizens to join their army to fight their future wars. IPOB is calling on the Biafran youth to avoid being used as sacrificial lambs by British government, which has no respect for you or your lives. The British government has commenced the recruitment of Africans to fight their wars as they did decades ago during World War I. The British and the European countries used Africans to fight their wars. By November 1918, the British Army in East Africa was mainly composed of African soldiers. One of the units was the West African Frontier Force, consisting of soldiers drawn from Nigeria, especially Igbos and Southeasterners, others from southern Nigeria, the Gold Coast, Ghana, and Sierra Leone. Another unit was called the King's African Rifle, recruitment from Kenya, Uganda, and Nyasaland, Malawi. Over 180,000 Africans served in the British Korea Corps. Thousands of these African soldiers who died in defense of British were never recognized. At the same time, those of them who survived the war were sent back to Africa without compensation, whereas their British and other counterparts were adequately compensated and recognized after the war. Similarly, during the 1939 to 1945 World War II, thousands of Africans were recruited and sacrificed for Britain to become a superpower. The ongoing plan to recruit Africans again, especially Biafrans, to be sacrificed for the colonial imperialists will not work. The people of Biafra will never be sacrificed for those who don't recognize us as human beings. We can confidently understand that our fathers told us that they fought to save the United Kingdom during the Second World War, but we are absconded and abandoned by the British government. IPOB is warning Biafrans to shun the ongoing British military recruitment. They don't mind that they said it Commonwealth countries. They are targeting the Biafrans, and we must be very careful. If Britain can have a very strict visa policy for African immigrants, why then do they have a very relaxed and easy application to join the British Army? If Africans do not find it easy to migrate to Britain with a work visa, there are no bases to give Africans a flexible visa to join the British Army. Biafrans should not allow themselves to be slaughtered for a nation that doesn't care about their freedom or exercise. The British government continued and spearheaded the Biafrans genocide and the continuous subjugation of Biafrans in Nigeria. Powerful in a statement noted that IPOB will not allow its people to be exploited by Britain again for selfish gains. IPOB will not allow Biafrans to be used again by Britain through the Commonwealth Channel to recruit soldiers to war against Russia or any other country. We therefore call on Biafrans present to advise their children against joining the British military recruitment. Also, the Biafran youth should also be wise enough. This one is coming from Ima Powerful. He is speaking from experience of what happened in the past.